We've got opening day, Broadway Cabaret, and a 14th state title bid for Summit Rugby. Phil Lindeman with Krystal, 93 News. It takes all kinds for opening day. Standing in the lift lines at Keystone Breck and Copper Mountain this morning were thousands of skiers and snowboarders, from average Joes to Hugh Hefner lookalikes and Care Bears. Opening day is always a party, and that's what brought first-timer Kira Fedinition of Boulder to Copper.
First opening day, second season snowboarding. Feel the common excitement of the opening day. Been a long time waiting.
Then there was Crowley Gentile. He's a ski racer with Mount Mansfield of New Hampshire and will spend the next month training at Copper before the start of race season back east.
Sun's out, guns out, it's a beautiful day, can't complain.
Then there were locals like Alita and Paul Kresge. The brother-sister duo wouldn't miss opening day if you paid them, and they live here.
As a longtime local, of course not. What else would you be doing this morning?
And then there was Frank Walter, a.k.a. First Chair Frank. The 95-year-old has been living in Copper for 3 decades and hardly misses an opening day. Chair 1 on American Eagle even bears his name. It's a fitting tribute to a man who fell in love with Copper at first ski. Well, maybe second ski.
I bought my first house here. The second day I skied here because the people just made the difference.
For even more from opening day, including photos and video interviews from the chairlift, see the Krystal 93 Facebook page. That's Krystal with a K. Whether you love 'em, hate 'em, or have never heard a show tune in your life, Chris Ailman of Lake Dillon Theatre is convinced you'll have a blast at this weekend's Broadway Cabaret.
It's a way for us to celebrate the musicals of the past and give our patrons and community an opportunity to hear songs that they're familiar with, that they grew up with.
The Broadway Cabaret is the latest in the theater company's fun-loving cabaret series. The cabaret tonight and Saturday night is split into 2 parts, a first act with classics from shows like Stephen Sondheim's Merrily We Roll Along, and a second act with more modern musicals like Wicked.
Come in and just sit back and be carried away by these wonderful stories.
On stage are Lake Dillon favorites like Kelly Renew and visiting performers like Andrew Thibault, who's fresh off the latest Broadway production of Mamma Mia.
You'll hear some great stories from the actors, too, about when they maybe have performed these roles, or some interesting tidbits about how the show was created.
Tickets to the Lake Dillon Broadway Cabaret are $14 to $32. You can also get table seating for 2 with a bottle of wine for $46 per seat. It's hard to avoid the word dynasty when talking about the Summit Rugby girls team, but you'll never once hear it uttered by head coach Carl Barth or his crew of 30 to 40 tough-as-nails players.
You know, it's a cliche, but it's been really a team effort. But we've had a couple of juniors, a couple of sophomores, and a whole bunch of really hard-working seniors that have contributed, and a little bit every week, different people, so it's been really good.
This weekend, Barth and the Tigers traveled to the Front Range for their 20th year at the state rugby tournament. They've won 13 titles there, including 9 straight since 2009. They kept the streak alive last season when the state tournament even switched from traditional 15s rugby to fast-paced 7s rugby. There's more room for error with fewer players on the field, and senior Aaron Scott Williams of the black team has trust in this crew.
We were going into it not really sure how it was going to come out because we have such a different group of girls, and these girls definitely stepped up into the roles that were lost.
Summit Rugby might strike fear in the heart of everyone, literally everyone, but defending a state title still won't be easy. Scott Williams says Fort Collins and Westside Swarm of Denver will be tough. The Summit Black team beat Swarm at state last season, 10-5, for the Tigers' 9th title. And if they want to do it again, junior Clara Coughley says the Tigers will have to do what they've always done best.
We've already passed a lot of expectations that people have been making about what our team was going to be this year, and we've definitely come out strong.
But that doesn't mean these defending champs are immune to nerves.
Just thinking about it, I'm kind of getting nervous, stressed, and excited.
Coach was typically cool as a cucumber at practice earlier this week. He hopes Summit will be playing in the 5 p.m. final on Saturday, but he hates putting the pressure of history on his players.
People bring it up a lot, but really as a team, we focus on this is the only one that matters.
The state tournament gets started tomorrow at 9 a.m. at First Bank North Park in Westminster. Summit's first game is at 9:30. Phil Lindeman with Krystal, 93 News.